What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to cover 4 mistakes that this Shopify store is making on their website that are largely limiting how much they are profiting from their Shopify store. So there's a good chance that you might be making them as well. And if you fix them, you'll get to increase your conversion rate, so you'll be able to profit way more from your Facebook ads. And if you'd like me to audit your funnel like this and to give you some ideas on what you can improve on your funnel right now, you can fulfill the form in the link in the description, and I will give you a personalized audit that is specific for your case. So the first thing that we're going to cover, we are going to start from their Facebook ads, which is the start of the conversion, right? So we are on their Facebook ads and we have some static images, we have some video images. So let's say their customer see this image on their Facebook or Instagram feed and they like the product, it sparks their curiosity and stuff. So they click on this static ad on the stop now. So when they land on this landing page, the first mistake that we have here is that this store is just increasing the cognitive load of their visitors. So what is actually the cognitive load? So whenever your customers are on the Instagram or the feed or the Facebook, they're already used to the content that is very easy to consume on the Instagram and Facebook. So if they click on your ad or the image or whatever, and they land on your landing page, if your landing page gives an impression that it's just way hard to consume, way hard to digest, it has too many elements going on, that cognitive load, how hard to process that landing page is, it's just going to be way high. They're just going to abandon your landing page and they're just going to go back to the social media, right? So in this example, when they land on this landing page, you can see there's just too many elements going on their landing page on the first section, which is the above the fold section. And that is just making their customer feel like they just have to put a lot of the effort to understand if they should buy your product or not. And when you give them that impression, once again, they're just like, I don't want to commit to this task. I will just go back to the Instagram or Facebook because I might make a mistake, as there are too many things that I need to process to make a correct decision, right? So for that reason, the first thing that I would do, I would try to reduce this cognitive friction, to remove a lot of the elements that don't need to be here. So for example, these elements, although they are important for your customers, they're not as important to be in the above the fold section. So what you could do, you could have them below the fold. Next thing is that you have these reviews, then you have this element, which is in another color, then you have this element, which is in the third color. So now the customer just don't know where to focus. Should I look at this? Should I look at that? Should I look at this big text that we have here? Where should I actually look, right? So for that reason, your customer just don't know where to focus on your landing page, and that is just making them bounce and go back to the Instagram or TikTok, right? So I'm just going to show you some of the examples from some of the successful brands. How are they optimizing this landing page experience so that they get to maximize conversion rate? So here we have the first example, which is Kylie Cosmetics. So you can see when you land on this landing page, it's super easy to digest, and it has all the necessary elements that their visitor need in order to just engage with this product page. So you don't want to make them immediately buy, you want to make them engage with your landing page. So you have this very short description, you have the product title, you have the images, you have some of the icons. Icons here would help also a lot. So now the customer knows that there's not too many things that they need to process in order to make a good decision. And now that is making them engage with the website, right? So that's the first example. And the second example that we have the Huda Beauty, but this is of course a little bit different product, but it's the same principle. Like you can see, when you land on this landing page, you don't have too many things going on. You have the image, you have the variants. And then when you want to have more of the things on your landing page or the product page, you have this, like you can click on the product info, and now the customer can consume all this necessary information that they want to consume, right? So how to use ingredients and all that stuff, right? You have as well on the above the fold section. So, right. So this is the first thing I would try to reduce that cognitive friction so that more people just engage with your landing page instead of thinking it's just too hard to consume it all and they bounce off right from the start. Now, the next thing that we have here, and this is very important when it comes to increasing your conversion rate, is that your landing page lacks more of the human touch. So when your visitors land on your landing page and on the mobile, it looks like this. You don't have a single image of a human all the way down until you scroll to look how much you have to scroll to get to this point where you see some of the human faces, right? So people, and especially when it comes to this product type, they just relate to other people. They want to see how other people are using your product. They want to see other people achieving that transformation that they want to achieve. And if you don't have that human touch on the above default section, a lot of the people will not have somebody to resonate with and to just feel like how other people are using that product and experiencing the benefit that they want to experience as well. Social proof is the most important part, one of the most important parts when it comes to increasing your conversion rate. So for that reason, you need to have more of the human touch on your above the fold section. So what I mean by that, I would definitely have maybe the second image or the first image of people like a human being using your product, achieving that transformation. And also what I would do, I would just have this thing here, which is on the mobile device way too below. I would put it somewhere here just below the add to cart so that more people actually get to see this content, because this is huge for your conversion rate. And I bet like only 5 to 10% people actually get to this point to just see this content, right? So you will see that by your Hotjar heat maps, definitely. So yeah, you can see how, for example, we have the Huda Beauty, like you land on this landing page on the left side, like look, out of 6 images, 4 of them are humans, like, right? So this is why it's important. Then you scroll down, once again, you see a human being using the product. It's the same for Kylie Cosmetics. You can see here, then you scroll down, it's her, then just like way more humans, how they're using the product and achieving that benefit, which is very important thing. Now, the third thing that we have here, and this is huge, I see a lot of the stores that are not utilizing this feature as much as they could, which is largely limiting their conversion rate, is how you have a not very well optimized mega menu on your mobile devices. So let's see what I mean by that. So when we are on this landing page and I click on the mega menu, this is how your mega menu looks like. Now, I've seen even worse mega menus than this, but what you need to do, you need to have more options, and you need to have some of the images of these collections. So when your visitor open this mega menu, it is going to be much easier for them to decide where they want to proceed and what they want to explore, right? So I'm going to show you what I mean by that on the Kylie Cosmetics, which is really nailing it down when it comes to the mega menu. So we have the mega menu like this, and look how it looks. Like at the top, you have like the big collections of the store. Then right below it, you have important collections, and you have the images of these collections. Now look what's the difference between this one and this one. Which one will perform better? Obviously this one, because it has more clarity and it has some of the more important options. So this one, you have the best sellers, you have the new, but on your store you have shop all. So when you show somebody that they can just shop all, what it means that they will click on the shop all and they will search maybe over hundreds of different products to find the right one, which is going to be very hard for them, to just proceed with doing that. They don't want to invest that much of an energy to buy from you. So what you want to do, you want to have the collection that will help them what they want to decide to buy from you. So just like make the exploration much more easier than you're doing it right now. You want to have the best sellers. You want to have new arrivals. You want to have some of the collections or something that will just make it much easier for them to explore and find the right product for them. When you have, for example, you have shop by concern, which is a good thing, but you could position that even earlier in the mega menu so that they get to see this even earlier, right? You don't need, it's okay to have the blog post, take the quiz, but definitely you need to have these more important collections on your mega menu. Now, the next thing, is that whenever you have the best sellers on your mega menu, it also helps you with some of the social proof as well, which is also increasing your conversion rate. When you have the best sellers, you're essentially giving them a collection that all the other people on their store are choosing. And when they want to choose any of products that are under the best sellers, now they are more reassured that they will like this product as well, because hundreds of other people also like these products. So for that reason, it's just going to help you a lot with increasing that conversion rate instead of, just making your customers search through all the other products. And even worse thing is that when I click on the shop all, it just brings me back to the home page, right? I didn't really expect that. I want to see a collection when I click on the collection button, right? Very important thing. And you will see by your Hotjar or any other tool that you're using that a huge percentage of people are clicking on this and they just don't find the product that they want. Now, the last thing that we have here, and this is also where I see a lot of the stores that are just making a huge mistake, is their homepage. So we have, okay, it's sliding bar, but one thing that is largely limiting your conversion rate on your homepage is that this here, it's a good thing that you have some kind of, it's not really offer, you're just, here is where you're actually directing your visitors to the best sellers, but your homepage also has too many elements going on. So when somebody see this homepage, where should they focus? Should they focus on this one here? Should they focus on this one here? Where should they click? Where should they look at? So your homepage just needs to be way more simpler. I'm just going to show you probably Kali Cosmetics. They're always changing their homepage. But when we land on this, look at this, like compare this homepage banner against this one. Just have an image here. You just have a very simple, easy to read text, something that just dropped, new arrivals or the bestseller or whatever, compared to this one where it just has too many elements going on. It looks nice to some degree, but you don't want to optimize for a nice look. You want to optimize for the conversion rate. So for that reason, once again, just like the first point, you want to reduce that cognitive friction and make it much more easier for a customer to understand where to look, what to focus on. And if you help them with that, more of them will understand that and continue with the conversion and ultimately place the orders to get to increase your conversion rate. So that's it regarding this video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any question, let me know down in the comments. And if you'd like me to audit your store just like I did for this one, you can fulfill the form in the link in the description, and I will give you a personalized audit that is specific just for your case. And if you like this video, you can watch this next playlist in which I break down all these stores and pinpointing what are the mistakes that they're making. And if you're making these mistakes as well, if you fix them, you will very likely increase your conversion rate in the bottom line of your Shopify store. See you in the next one.